Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the one and the only, never replicated, never duplicated, Rumboyz Fantasy Network. If you guys have not already, do me a big favor and just go ahead underneath this video. If you're watching us here on the YouTube, there's a button and it says subscribe. Yeah, hit that thing for me, okay? Go ahead and click that motherfucker one time, all right? If you're feeling generous, you enjoy the content, and you want to get some of the exclusive perks, we will have some film sessions coming to you guys. I can't do these publicly because of copyright issues, but they will be private streams. So if you're feeling generous, you can also join if you want some of that premium Rumboyz content. Also, make sure that you guys spike the like, hop up in the chat, enjoy tonight's discussions. I have a very special guest with me tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We have been in this industry together for the last 3 years. The man is doing big motherfucking things. You guys can check out not just himself, but also his entire staff. Amazing guys over there. Pleasure to call them colleagues. Ladies and gentlemen, Real Deal Fantasy HQ with the homie LQ. What's good?
We lit.
Yo, what is, bro? I just want to say, like what I can't remember the last time that you and I did a one-on-one like pod together. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, this is the first one, bro. Stop playing.
Is it the first one? What the fuck, bro? We go back like 4 flats in a Cadillac, and this is the first one. Shit.
This is the first one. I was gonna save that so when we're live because I knew you didn't know that.
Oh no, I did. Way to teach me the history of my own company. Thank you for little Rumboyz history for you guys. Hey, y'all save that one. That's probably going to be a trivia question later down the line, like a couple months down the line. Cheers to me, cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. What to do, dilly. Greatly appreciate you. Shout out to the whole entire Wolfpack crew as well. If you guys are joining us as well.
Wolfpack.
Yo. Let's go ahead and get right down to business. Well, first off, let me go ahead and pay some bills really quick, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Want to remind you guys really quick about the Monkey Knife Fight app. This app is available for you guys on both Apple and Android. Go ahead and download the Monkey Knife Fight app. Sorry, Monkey Knife Fight. Try saying that 6 times fast. Promo code Rumboyz whenever you guys sign up. We're matching deposits all the way up to $50 at this given moment. So go ahead, hop on over to Monkey Knife Fight when you make your very first deposit. If you deposit 10, that's cool. I'll match you with 10. But if you're trying to get the full value of the promotion, you deposit 50. I'm gonna give you another 50. We got NBA rolling right now, college hoops. Baseball is going to be coming up, and y'all already know what it is whenever NFL rolls back around. You know what it is. To get y'all take care of all them props. And then also, I want to remind you guys, I need to make sure I get their logo loaded up here. But check out SportsMe. Check out the SportsMe app. Both of us are both SportsMe creators. Get on over to SportsMe. Bottom of the description, there is a link for you guys to go ahead and join the SportsMe community while it is currently open invitation. We're going to go ahead and dive into some NFL fantasy football talk without further ado. This is our top 10 running back rankings. I need to add a disclaimer, okay? Before everyone starts hitting us up on Twitter, what the fuck? You didn't mention Christian McCaffrey first. You didn't mention Saquon. They did not play the full season. We are going off of the top 10 that ended, okay, the 2020 season. We're going to go off of their positional rankings. We'll probably do the top 12 just because. But we're going to go off of where they ended, and we're going to project where we think they will end next year. No, we are not accounting. Oh well, Travis Etienne. Hold your horses. More videos to come.
Pump the brakes.
Exactly. So first things first, we have. Give me 1 second. Damn, laptop is loading. We have Alvin Kamara. This is all PPR, by the way, for everybody. Alvin Kamara ended number 1 overall. Played 15 games, averaged 25.2 fantasy points a game. Had a total of 377.8 to end the season. That also tied with someone that we'll mention second. Where do you think that Kamara lands in 2021, and how did you feel about his 2020 season?
The 2020 season was amazing. I mean, he did end my fantasy playoffs with that 6 touchdowns. Merry Christmas to me. But yeah, I think him going 1-on-1 this year, I feel like it's safe. I feel like if you're in PPR leagues, I think that's your best bet there, being that you might have the fear of CMC getting injured again, et cetera, with this nonsense of a rumor that they're probably going to trade him, which I don't think.
I don't think that's going to happen.
That's big cap. Stop it. But I think if you go CMC 101, rank him 1, his projection of finishing this season, 2021, as number 1, it could likely happen, being that, it's PPR and may not have Drew Brees either. Fuck you, Drew Brees.
Yeah. I think that the fact that he doesn't have, that he's probably not going to have Drew Brees actually makes him that much more valuable. What I find fascinating, this is where I get to be football nerd me. What I love fascinating is how unorthodox a lot of his offseason workouts and his offseason training, and you really see it translate onto the field in terms of his balance. And I purposely bring up this key component of his game. A lot of people are like, oh, well, football, you got to be big, you got to be strong. There's a lot of different aspects to it. It's 80% physical, or 80% mental and 20% physical. This man's balance, and when you watch his offseason workouts and some of the very unorthodox things that his trainer puts him through, I can't remember the trainer's name off the top of my head. I follow him on Instagram. You see how he's able to, after the touch, extend plays and bounce off of tackles like a human fucking pinball. And I bring this in because I'm the nerd in the fantasy industry that's known for using tape analysis, and that's how I pick guys. I literally put it in my head like, okay, if I'm playing fucking Madden and I'm calling plays on some FCF shit, like this is the way I want my team to look. And I look at that attribute, and I think that as long as he has pretty much the best balance in the game, that number 1 is very probable. And I'm going to go through each running back, and I'm probably going to have little nuggets and things of that nature that you guys out there may not fucking mean a damn thing. To us as analysts, make and break this guy ending number 1. I don't think that number 1 could be possible, but 3 I think could be safe.
Yeah, I mean, you can go either way with it. You can use the narrative or the factor that Drew Brees isn't there. We've seen Taysom Hill basically destroy Kamara owners for 2 weeks in a row. But things got back in order with him scoring touchdowns, getting the dump-off passes, and et cetera. But me personally, being that the Saints have the worst cap right now, with the cap at 180 million right now, and they're in negative 65 million, I believe. They're in cap hell. So I really think they are not going into the next season with Hill as the starting quarterback. If they did that, I don't even think they win 7 games, to be honest, because he's very easy to figure out. He's one-dimensional, in my opinion, being that, okay, he can catch the ball, cool. But now that he's playing quarterback, you just got to worry about him running.
And I agree with you. When we saw the snaps that he took under center this past season, absolutely, very, very, very easy to figure out. I don't necessarily. I understand he had a couple of deep plays. I wish I had the exact number. How many that were over 30 yards, but it was few and far fucking between. Like I think you could count them on one hand.
Yeah, let's just do the bar. He's not Kyler Murray. He's not Lamar Jackson. He's not Mahomes. He's no Josh Allen. So all these other mobile quarterbacks, he's not even on par with these guys.
Well, Allen has one hell of a cannon.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
He's Jay Cutler with accuracy.
Better accuracy.
Hey, by the way, Allen, Cutler, if you guys want to give us some offseason entertainment, I mean, y'all should just duel it the fuck out. I think Instagram would love that. But no, I agree with you. Damn good take there. Damn good take.
Yeah, I mean, you can go either way with it. That's why I feel like Kamara, if you go 1-on-1, I'm not going to be like, why did you do that? Blah, blah, blah. Like, it's a PPR draft. You know what I mean? And Kamara's going to see a buttload of targets. So I think that's safe. I think there's not much debate there.
Exactly. And if I'm going to get, of course you don't want a guy to miss any games, but if I'm going to get, 15 games, let's say I even get 13, 14, I'm like, hell yeah. Especially by the time that anything could potentially happen. Of course, we're speaking 100% uncertainty. by the time that something potentially happened, I've already made trades. And I have something on the bench that I'm ready to now work around with.
Exactly.
And that'll be the case for the next guy that we're actually gonna bring up, and that is Dalvin Cook. Getting into Dalvin Cook, before going into the stats and everything, I encourage all of you in your early mocks, if you are grabbing Dalvin Cook, make sure that you are beefing up at the running back position so that in the event something happens, you already have the replacement, and you're not bugging, you're not tripping. But Dalvin Cook, same total points for the end of the season in terms of fantasy: 337.8, 14 game span, and 24.1 over that course of per game over that course of a 14 game stretch. What are your thoughts?
Give us a full season.
Exactly.
What would we be talking about right now? You know what I mean? Like, what if he gave us a full season? And that's my biggest issue with him, and that's why I couldn't. I think this is where we clash. I could not take him at 2.
I can't take him at 2 because of the history. You and I, we've known each other forever, and you know what I mean. If they're a Seminole, I'm likely to be like, no. like Jalen Ramsey is literally the fucking exception. Pretty much, honestly, once in a blue moon cornerbacks. They produced Dion. He was great. Did not shit for a long time. Then, Ramsey, that's where they shine. When it comes to them in offensive skill positions, they beat, batter, bruise, and wear and tear the hell out of these kids in college. And Cook had the same thing coming into the NFL. If I was already worried on you in year one in this, in the industry, I'm not gonna sit here in year 3 and change that. And I know that I should be water and I should be flexible. I haven't moved past that.
Facts.
It's me. It's both you and I with Carson Wentz. How we always joke, he has no legs. Like, it doesn't matter what the fuck Wentz does. We're always gonna. It's us.
It is what it is. And like, with you having the intentions to take Dalvin Cook at number 2, you're obviously, you have to be scared of CMC getting hurt again, scared of Barkley getting hurt again. But it's like, you're drafting a guy who's guaranteed to miss games, and it's like, I can't invest in that at number 2 with these guys that I know that are just different type of animals when healthy. And that's the thing, when healthy. That's health. The first three picks, you're gonna have to be worried about the health.
Yeah, I think in reality, if we were to be sitting in a draft lobby right now, knowing what we know, we'd probably take him at somewhere around 5 or 4 or 5. But in terms of where he finishes, like, if we're going to go off of a full 16 game slate, and if he could pull off a 16 game slate, I doubt, because he's steadily getting older.
Yeah. Full
time. Yeah, he's going to be 1. I mean, but I could see him very well landing at 2 exactly again.
But here's the difficult thing now. Say he gives us 16 games, he puts up, RB1 numbers all through the season. Going into that next season, people are going to be like, he's number one. And how soon they're going to forget how injury prone he is. So that's the most dangerous part about this shit when you do fantasy, because it's like, you have to hit them when they're hot, and you have to hope and pray you get them when they're hot.
Like,
go ahead.
No, yeah, you're right. You're gonna need the deep running back on your arsenal if you're gonna have Dalvin Cook. Like, I'm not talking about your RB2. Like, your RB2 is not your answer. Your RB2 is gonna remain RB2. Like, you better have somebody ready to lock and load, and like, oh shit, Cook just went down week 13. Boom. Like, I got fucking Aaron Jones, baby. Let's go. Like, I got Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said earlier too, if you're gonna invest in Dalvin Cook, you better be going running back. That's all I'm saying. You better be stacking up, because you're not gonna have time or room to bring in a wide receiver in that 3rd or 4th round. You need to worry about the health of your running backs.
Absolutely. Draft strategy definitely matters, and definitely take every little thing that we stated into account. This is one of my favorites. Absolutely, the king of stiff arms. Shout out to Monkey Knife Fight. He's actually a partner with Monkey Knife Fight. The king of stiff arms, Derrick Henry. Like, bro, you got to go on Monkey Knife Fight's YouTube and check out the new promo that he just did. I'll be cutting up for tomorrow night's show, but It's fucking hilarious. He's just walking around his house stiff arming shit. Like, and it's a prop of like what he's gonna go over under. But 331.1 total, average 28.8 over an entire motherfucking 16 games. King Henry, LQ, take it away.
Now, here's the thing with Henry. Number 3, that's where he lives and breathes. And I think in PPR leagues, that's where you have to take him. And no question, if you're at number 3, you have to take Henry. There's no other person you take over that, being that Henry doesn't give you the PPR value you will want out of a Kamara, out of a CMC, et cetera. So those two people, that's why I put him at number 3 where he lives and breathes, being that he's going to give you 16 games. He's a pure runner, and he's going in the end zone a buttload of shit. Josh Norman's dad. So I think that's where he lives and breathes in all PPR value there, being that he doesn't get that many, catches out of the backfield, but he's going to give you yards. He's getting 20 touches a game. So therefore it's a full send at number 3 for Henry.
I am the person that when it comes to Derrick Henry, many people say I'm a fucking lunatic because they only have one debate and one debate only against me. And that's exactly what you just said. Oh, well, he doesn't catch the ball in the backfield. What do I care when I'm getting rings?
Yep.
Like as long as I'm getting rings, I have I have 3 rings back to back over the course of the last 2 years with having Derrick Henry on my team. Yes, I'm not letting them go. It's not happening. Listen, Derrick, you complete me. Like, for real, like, yo, I feel like we don't even have to go into his stats or anything like that. The tape speaks for itself. I feel like the only principle around Derrick Henry is as long as he's getting you the yards, what do you care about his play out the backfield?
No. You're safe. You're getting the yards. He's making up for it, and he's going to see the end zone at least once or twice a game. So full send it.
I'm kind of nervous about the 2K rushing yard curse. Like, see, I love the sarcasm from me. It's like, oh no, PPR, like must catch. Like, no, there's plenty of ways that you can fucking you can get to the bag when it comes to chasing down a fantasy championship. In the words of LQ, bring home the gold.
Bring home the gold, fella. To the moon.
To the moon, yo. Y'all, we know what catchphrases are. What, y'all?
Yeah. I swear to God, if I say bring home gold anywhere else.
Dude. Moving forward, David Montgomery. So this guy impressed me from the moment that I met him. Okay. Really quick story time before getting into the fantasy stat line. We're in the elevator. It's everybody, we get done with the whole day of interviews. So now everybody's tired. We're fucking done. And all the rookies finally got to see their jerseys. So they got to see their jerseys for the very, very first time. We're all leaving. We're getting to head back to our rooms, and we're gonna all get ready to go out to party. We're in there with Deebo Samuel, AJ Brown, Devin Singletary, and David Montgomery. And we're like, yo, Deebo, like, where are you about to head out to? Yada, yada, yada. And he's like, yo, I'll be on West Hollywood Boulevard at Playhouse. Tell him that you're going to be with me, yada, yada, yada. And Devin, he's like, yo, I'm in there like swimwear, and AJ and his girl are like, man, it's going to be a good time, yada, yada. Ty Boogie at the time turns to David Montgomery. He's like, hey, man, are you going to go? Super excited, to be able to kind of get to know you a little bit more and chill with you. And he's like, no, he's like, I'll be in my room. He's like, I'm probably gonna go to the gym here at the hotel, and I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna let these guys go and party. And bro, when I shit you not, fucking, we come back drunk as shit. It is 2:30 in the morning. This man is still in there. We're like, what the fuck? Like even Deebo was like, what the hell? Like
grinding, bro.
Straight mom mentality. So I because of that reason, I'm going to be biased. So I'm going to let you kind of take over. 264.8, 15 games, 17.7 average. LQ.
It's beautiful to see him do that. I was a big Monty believer in this offseason, man. Feed the beast. I was actually happy he liked, the video, the little take I did on Instagram, which is amazing that he knows like, yeah, feed the beast. And once he saw that opportunity, even though it was unfortunate, Tariq Cohen got the injury that ended his season, Monty took off, and that's exactly what we needed and what we wanted. My only problem is going into this next season is Cohen is back. He may be healthy. He may be, still involved in Matt Nagy's, master plan he has for him. It's
You
like,
beat me to it.
it's just like, I don't understand what you don't see here. Tariq Cohen should have been in a trade package somewhere by now, but here we are, going into 2021 with a 1-2 punch that is the most unnecessary 1-2 punch in the offense. So Monty, he's going to drop in rankings with Cohen just being the pest.
And that really honestly gets to me, knowing that Cohen could come back. I would ask this question, but now I don't even dare to, because now I already know what the answer is going to be. Do you think that after last season, Nagy maybe learned how to utilize Montgomery properly? On my show, I've always argued that Nagy doesn't know how to utilize the tight end nor the running back properly. Would you say that maybe he's learned a lesson?
No, because he can't even figure out the QB situation of what he wants to do. And apparently the Bears never sent the offer for Wentz, which is kind of stupid. Why wouldn't you? But
I always question how the hell Nagy is fucking married, when I'm like, dude, this man's commitment issues on the field. Oh gosh, Foles, you get in. All right, now Trubisky, you get in. Bro,
you can't figure out the quarterback situation. The tight end situation is a musical chair situation. The running back situation is a mess. But it's kind of like, if it isn't broken, why are you fixing it? Leave Monty in.
What was it? It was like pretty much all the way up until week 10. It was pretty much mostly one tight end dominant, and it was always Graham. It wasn't until about week, I want to say week 9, maybe
9, 10. It was definitely the back end.
Yeah, definitely back end where he was like,
what you're talking about.
Yeah, he's like, oh shit, 12 personnel's a thing. We have Cole Kmet. Bro, and I'm sitting back calling, because I call all the games. I'm sitting back, I'm like, why the fuck doesn't he use 2 tight ends? I'm like, why does he? If you're gonna go with the single, fucking serpentine that shit and then hit the shovel pass, just hit the shovel pass, and the fact is that the easiest shit that worked for him in his very first year, he just completely, the last 2 years, has gotten away from it. It mind boggles me. Matt Nagy, I'm sorry. I appreciate you, homie. If you ever want to sit down and have an interview, we can have a couple of red stripes and talk. But I'm gonna let you know right now, bro. Sometimes I be wondering if you could coach your way out of a wet brown paper bag, bro.
Yeah, it's just a messy situation. I know Monty finished 4, which is respectable, but to think Matt Nagy's not gonna put Tariq Cohen back in that offense, you got to be crazy, man. And here's the thing: now you're probably questioning, where do you draft Monty? I know that's probably one of the biggest question marks going into the season. Where do you draft him? Because honestly, him finishing RB4, he should be up there in the 2nd, 3rd round. I mean, just based off of status, the RB4 should be up there. But no, he's probably going to drop to probably the late 4th round to the early 5th.
I don't foresee the drop, just because of so much of the hype, and then when all the aggregated data comes together, we have to factor in all the homers. So they're going to automatically draft Monty high. Plus your homer, plus RB heavy type of guys. So exactly. I think that when aggregated data comes out, I think that he'll probably be drafted at the 8th spot, and he could land 8.
But the thing is, you're probably taking, if we're going to be realistic about this, you're probably taking a Najee Harris. You're taking one of these rookies before you even touch
them.
You know what I mean? 'Cause they're going into situations where they're going to be the workhorse, or they're going to have some type of PPR value. Monty is he has the pest, the monkey's on his back. He has the pest on him, and it's cutting into his production. And we've seen them do the split, and it doesn't work out. Monty becomes touchdown dependent, and you don't want to touch him.
Really quick question. I'm sorry to kind of break. I mean, we're still sticking on the topic of fucking running backs, but I mean, you don't worry about the amount of miles that Najee has had on his body in college football.
That dude is a beast, bro. He is a big body back, looking like Derrick Henry jumping over people, sir.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. I'm just because I remember that was the thing that worked in Josh Jacobs' favor was that coming from Bama, he didn't have a shit ton of miles, so everybody knew that when he got to the NFL, it was gonna be like B. Jacobs, like So that's the only reason why I asked, because of the same school but different narrative, different stat lines, so on and so forth. Okay. I think that it could weigh, but we'll probably say that for a SportsMe debate. Make sure you guys download the app. SportsMe, give me money. Aaron Jones with his 258.9 average, 14 games, and his 18.5 a game average. Thoughts on AJ?
He could be at number 5, but here's why. He could be at number 5 if he stays with the Packers. It will change. It's still early. Free agency is 29 days away. He is literally his ranking, where he goes is teeter-tottering, because he can literally take a step back if he goes anywhere else. Because if you think about it, he's going from an elite offense. He's going from an elite, quarterback. He's going to try to cash in big. So somebody who has money, they don't have that elite offense. They don't have that elite quarterback. So therefore, them having all the cap space means that their team sucks and they need weapons. They need other weapons to get good. So therefore, that's why I think he takes a step back. The regression that we were worried about last season to this season,
it would probably happen this season, if anything.
This is the season where you say that and mean that shit. Because the regression last season, he had 50 touchdowns, and the regression was 30. I'll take that all day. Now we're talking about realistically, these touchdowns are taking a hit because he's going to a new system, a new team, a team that's probably going to try to run him to the ground because they paid him big. That's just how I feel about it. That's my take on it. And that's literally teeter-totter and where I take him in drafts. But I say, he got 5.
This is another player where I kind of have attachment to. Well, last year everybody was like, "Oh, I'm avoiding Aaron Jones. I'm avoiding Aaron Jones." I was like, "Shit!" I was like, "Y'all, like me and him, we go back. Let's go. Let's run it back." And I think that I like kind of similar to with Derrick Henry. He's another guy that I'd probably run it back again with. I would probably wait for the rest of the industry, be like, "Oh, I'm dropping Aaron Jones. And of course, I mean, this take could be very fluid depending on what team he goes to. But I mean, if he stays with the Packers, I'm still rocking with him. If he goes to a different team and I feel like it could be a good fit, then I'm gonna be with the shits again for another year. One of the things I love about fantasy football is sometimes you can go with what or what you're comfortable with, players that you're comfortable with. And you can create a run, especially in Dynasty. It's I have Derrick Henry in Dynasty because we've been on a hot run. So it's I'm gonna keep with that. I'm not giving that up until you gotta fuck up in order for me to boot you.
Exactly. Especially with running backs, because when they're hot, they're hot. So
exactly.
It's ride that train.
Exactly. I've been burned by Zeke. I'm never drafting him again. Last year was the very first time I ever got him. I'm never doing it again. I've been burned by Saquon not once but twice. I'm never doing it again.
Oof, yeah. Saquon's he's oh goddamn. He's edging to my shit list. But I don't want to put him there yet. I don't.
Oh, he's on mine.
He's right there. I'll give him one more shot. I only had him one of the years when he burned me. I didn't draft him last season.
You couldn't even fucking pay me to draft Saquon.
His rookie year, bro, he took me to the ship. So that's the only reason why I was like, all right, let's run it back. But then
he would be Saquon Barkley so far up until this point is the equivalent of Vlad Macarena in the 90s, a motherfucking one-hit wonder. He is Informer. Yeah.
That's Odell Beckham, but we're not talking about wide receivers right now.
So those are one-hit wonders. Oh, bro, we could do a whole show on one-hit wonders. Book me on your show. I'm down.
One-hit wonders.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
I'm going to have a fucking song theme for every single player, bro. Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Get Troy in on it, yo. We need your flashback. We need your flashback Fridays expertise on 90s pop culture, dude.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's our breakdown on Aaron Jones.
Yeah, he can do that. I could deal with him being the 5th running back.
Jonathan Taylor ended at 6, but I really feel like it's because of back in production. That's my personal feeling. I know a shit ton of people are truthers. 16.9 a game he averaged over the course of 15 games. Ended the season with the 252.8 total. Take it away.
I mean, listen, if they would have full sent him week 1, we'll be talking about him as a top 3 going into next year. But being that, I have my worries. The interview I had today with Heath Cummings, it basically put in my head that Marlon Mack could resign. It could be an option. He could take a pay cut because he was supposed to have a market last year, but things didn't work out. But again, he could take a pay cut and be the backup to JT, and then we're back in production hellhole week to week where we're thinking, do we start JT this week, man? Marlon Mack is looking good. Marlon Mack is getting too many touches. Even if Marlon Mack gets 10 to 12 touches a game, that's still too much. Yeah. That's way too much. That's way too much.
Tria said needs to be involved in the passing game. Hines and Wilkins are pests.
I mean, JT can catch the ball. That's not like, his strong suit, but he can catch the ball. He's done it. He's efficient. I think he had like 36 catches on 39 targets. I mean, you can look that up. I think I'm ballpark there. But
yeah,
it's like the catches and the targets that he caught most of them. So it's like that ratio is not terrible to me. So you could use and abuse that as well to where, I don't think he's going to get 60 to 70 targets. But if you put him in the 45 to 55 range, I think you're looking at good PPR value there.
Let's see here. I honestly think that you had it correct. But now I'm just gonna like make sure.
39. Now I'm curious. Now I got to look it up.
No, yeah, that's why I'm doing it. 36 receptions.
And 39 targets.
Yeah, I think 39 targets. So yeah, you got it.
Dang. Boom, booyah.
Hey, you do these fucking videos enough, it just kind of sticks there. But no, I could see that. I am personally still steering away from Jonathan Taylor, and maybe it's just me playing chalk there.
You have your worries, you have your doubts, like everybody else, and you have to respect it because we just don't know. We don't know.
Exactly, and my worries are a combination of what you just mentioned with the Marlon Mack situation, then what Treed in the chat just mentioned with Hines and Wilkins. I feel like Indy doesn't know what they're doing with their running game. They have so much talent, and they have an immense amount of talent to where they're just like, fuck it, use them all. And it works for them. So that's where I worry about Jonathan Taylor. I just don't want to go. I don't want to go too deeply into having faith in Jonathan Taylor without knowing that he's going to have 80% of the workload.
Here's the thing. I think JT and Hines can exist together. They can coexist, definitely, because Hines has his role as catching the balls, and JT has his role of getting, up the gut outside and catching some balls. So here's the thing about Hines. He's not going to take, 10 to 15 rushing, touches. Yeah. He's not going to be running the ball out of the backfield. He's going to be on screens and probably in the red zone. That's about it.
Why can't they just be like freaking Kareem Hunt and Chubb and just be equals? Like, fuck.
Nah. I mean, I wouldn't want Hines running the ball more than 10 times anyway. You know what I mean? I just don't see it being efficient. You know what I mean? He'll average probably like 2.8 yards per carry, which is terrible. I don't want that out of Hines.
But even if they did it with him and Mack, I'd be like, okay, fuck. Like, we have some type of answer, some type of clarity.
Yeah, true. And the thing is, when they did do that, they somewhat coexisted. Hines wasn't like exactly the guy that we were talking about when Marlon Mack was, on his second year getting 1,000 yards. Hines was just kicking up, weekly, when Marlon Mack was out. So that was about it. I think they both can exist. JT at 6 is high for me, though.
Yeah, for me, it's high. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he repeats. I'm gonna predict a little bit of a sophomore slump. I'm probably gonna drop him to like fucking 10. Like,
oof, nah, you bugging, B. 10 got to be Zeke. 10 got to be Zeke.
Bro,
No
I'm not. No, Zeke. I have wait. Like, bro,
You tripping tonight, huh?
I fucking hate Zeke. I'm done.
Nah, I'm done with Zeke too. I'm done with Zeke too, man. I feel you 100% on that.
Fine. Okay.
We'll hold off on Zeke.
JT, you could end at 8 in 2021. I'll put you at like
9, bro. Just put him at 9. Not 10.
I'll put you at 9. He's like, don't do 10. He's like, that's such a abuse. Like that fuck.
Because if you look at the 10th running back, it's like he doesn't really need to belong there. And it's like the guys that are at 11, 12, you can easily plug and play them or make that case to be inside top 10 just to say he's a top 10 running back. Josh Jacobs is not a top 10 running back.
Yeah, we're going to get into soon.
Just say
this next guy here, Duval, fucking James Robinson, 250.4 fantasy points. Yeah, I remind you as an unrestricted free agent, or I'm sorry, an undrafted free agent, undrafted, 14 games.
KO out of nowhere.
Straight just came into the league, was like, boom, yep. Bro. He's slithered into the ring. Here comes James Robinson. Oh, there's Goodell. Wow. 17.9 average, bro. Mm-hmm. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, but let's talk some shit real quick. Let's ahead.
Keep him on the hush as well too. I'm trying to get him as an RB2.
Yo, I want to get
RB2.
I can get him as an RB2.
Chill out. That offense is going to look great. I definitely feel like, if they do take Trevor Lawrence, that offense is going to have somebody that can move the ball forward. And then we're going to get Chenault. We're going to get Chark. They're going to come alive. And then possibly they bring in another wide receiver as well somehow through the draft or free agency. They have the money. They have the coaching now. They have a person that has like that skill set to put his best players in the best positions and have them in open space to make plays. So I definitely think James Robinson's going to eat as long as they don't bring nobody else in. There's no need to bring in.
There's no need to bring in anyone else.
Just keep him as the RB1. Just stop. Don't do anything else. Leave the running back alone.
I like how both you and I are like, no. Like, don't do it. I as well am going to try and be super careful about what I say because, like, you and I are pretty good at this whole motherfucking fantasy thing. Like, so I know, like, when we say certain shit and we're in some of these analyst leagues, some of our colleagues are like, oh, I remember when he said back in February. Yeah, exactly. They can screen record and shit. I want to get him as an RB2, but I feel like in order to do that, I'm gonna have to go RB heavy, and I'm gonna have to be at the fucking 12 spot. I'm gonna have to be 12, and I'm gonna have to like snatch him RB1 and then him as RB2. Like I feel like that's the only logical way. Like because there's so much hype surrounding him, and everyone's gonna remember what he did.
He's not gonna go late second. Yeah, I could see you have to be at 12 to get that off, and that 12, who will be like the last running back in the first round? I really don't think people want that. That's the problem. It could end up being Zeke, at that 12th spot. It could end up being.
It could end up honestly being James Robinson, and then you got to snake back around, and then you're stuck with fucking Zeke right there. And then in that case, I'm like, oh God, go get a receiver.
It could be JT. It could be JT Robinson on that wraparound. It could be that.
Oh, if you could get JT and Robinson, I bring home the gold.
Hush hours. We can't hook that up because I think that's actually realistic. I'm going to do a couple mocks. I think that's realistic. I think
that's realistic. Yeah. Oh my God.
Chill out.
Hey, great minds, bro. Great minds.
That could happen, and you could be sitting pretty. You could be sitting real pretty there, and then don't have to worry about anything.
Oh shit! You know how many people are about to fucking exercise that strategy? All right, I'm done. Number 8. I know, right? Just Josh Jacobs here. See, that's how you know that you and I are spitting some isms right here. We're just dropping straight isms right now. Josh Jacobs, Las Vegas Raiders running back, 231.3 over the course of 15 games, average 15.4. I'm high on Josh Jacobs. Like, I feel like 8 is like right where he should be. Like, I feel like that's normal Josh Jacobs. Like, I can see that. Like maybe he could end it like 10, like 11, 12. Like maybe you end up like a Josh Jacobs, James Robinson. Like I could see that.
Give me Nick Chubb instead.
Okay.
You got to remember, look where Nick Chubb finished. He was hurt for 4 games.
Exactly.
Imagine if he gave us 16 with Hunt existing still. So that's my biggest right there with putting Josh Jacobs there when Nick Chubb is still on the board right there. Being that we've seen better outcomes and better weeks from Nick Chubb over Josh Jacobs.
Give me money. I traded. Yeah, there's Bogart. He was in the booth earlier. He was dropping bars. Nah, I'm okay.
At 8, how do you feel about Josh Jacobs at 8? Because you got to look at the board too. Basically like how he finished, and let's look at going into next season with the hot seat. That's not publicly out there right now. With John Gruden, Derek Carr possibly being traded. The rumors are out there. Something's got to give. You know what I mean? I definitely think Gruden's on the hot seat, just not publicly yet. And I think he's going to save himself, so he has to get rid of Carr somehow, and then. Going into this next season with Derek Carr, yeah, he's serviceable. Yeah, he's a QB 15 in that range. Is that winning you games? Is it going to win a division?
Hell no. He doesn't. Carr does not take big enough risk. That's why his stats are they look pretty decent. Like when you look at his stats, you're like, damn, like this guy is actually pretty good. But then you look at the Raiders and the team's like, fuck, they can't win any games because he doesn't make the big plays, the big risk plays to win you the game.
He can't step up, and I think he's another quarterback that he doesn't have enough heart.
Yeah, he doesn't have a heart. Yeah,
because man, I just don't feel like he makes the right decisions at times. I feel like he's like constantly thinking about what Gruden's thinking, like what he's saying in his head. He's like timid.
I feel like he plays super conservative.
Mm-hmm. Like he's real timid. Like I don't want to make him mad, so I'm gonna not do this. You know what I mean? Like screw it, man. Just full send it.
Yeah, just fucking chuck it up there, bro. Like,
yeah, somebody will catch it. Somebody will catch it.
So I'm in agreement with you there. I could see maybe Josh Jacobs could kind of teeter off. But he's just so naturally talented to where I think his natural talent does keep him the top 12, top 10.
Yeah, it keeps him.
Yeah,
he's not a guy I'm telling you not to draft. Let's make that clear. I'm not saying don't draft him. I'm just saying if I'm sitting and I can get Nick Chubb instead, I'm definitely taking Nick Chubb.
Oh yeah. No, I agree, and especially if they can keep that backfield together. I think that backfield in Cleveland could possibly end up the same way that it did in terms of fantasy, where they rank right next to each other. They have a formula. They have a formula figured out there, and it's honestly pretty damn beautiful. Number 9. Fuck. Ezekiel Elliott.
Yo. Ew.
223.7 over his 15 games played, 14.9 average. Like I feel like that there's guys that are below him that I would definitely take above Zeke. I would risk it for Antonio Davis. Like, DeAndre Swift, I'm like, don't stick a fork in him yet. If Chris Carson goes to a different team, maybe. Like, there's some guys on this list, that are way even deeper on this list. I feel like Cam Akers, you give him a full workload to like really, really step the fuck up. I'm not a fan of Zeke. I feel like the only way that Zeke is a viable fucking option in my eyes is if Dak Prescott's healthy.
Thank you. There it is. If Dak is healthy, if Dak stays, Zeke moves up in my rankings. Not by a lot, but he moves up in my rankings definitely inside, maybe the top 8.
And then that line is just aging. Like you are keeping the same old ass line together, expecting them to do what they did years ago. Guess what? You can't teach an old fucking dog new tricks.
Nope, you can't. And here's the thing: like if Dak leaves, then Zeke, his value plummets, and now you're looking at the situation like, damn, I drafted Zeke. Now I kind of have to reach on Tony Pollard. Oh, great. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like Zeke's name is still selling. He's one of those guys that, like, if I was to say right now, I'm not saying this was something that I actually do. Oh, I'll take a J.K. Dobbins over Zeke. You're probably thinking like, that doesn't even sound right. That's not a sexy pick. That's not something that I can see.
Yeah, it's not attractive. Yeah.
Exactly. But at the end of the day, you got to think about it. Zeke is going decline once Dak leaves. Like we've seen him take a total shit after week 5 without Dak. And that's just telling that Zeke needs Dak. And that's what it is.
Absolutely. Shout a little baby Dende up in the chat. What up, Wilkerson? Says Zeke can't carry a team. I agree.
Big facts. He can't carry a team. It's mad
Cowboys.
suspect.
Cowboys line is definitely suspect, bro. So yeah, I'm in agreement with this one. I think that we're going through that era right now. Cowboys fans, feel free to fucking, you know what? You guys can get at me on SportsMe all you want.
Big fact.
Cowboys fans, I think that you guys are going through the era when you guys are kind of in that Quincy Carter type of phase, where it's like, yeah, we're gonna go to the chip, and like you're really not, like you're really in fucking peril. Like I think that your poverty phase is right now, Dallas. I think your poverty phase is right now. The good days are gone. When you were happy with Dak, and when Romo was bringing you joy, that's over. I think that you guys start to become the bottom dwellers.
Said, please look what Bogart just said. You're crazy. You're insane.
Derek Carr going to Chicago and Prescott going to the Raiders. Oh, I'll dial it up. Oh my dude.
You're insane.
That would be crazy. Hey, if that happened, I don't know how that would happen, but if that happened, bro, oh my gosh. You know what happened on Twitter, bro? Twitter would fucking explode.
Oh yeah, that would explode. Because that is not that bad. I wouldn't mind seeing him in that division, but again, that division is way too competitive for Dak to win anything.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see. Kareem Hunt, the Cleveland Browns, 218.5 total over the course of 16 healthy games, averaged 13.7 a game.
Listen, people got to stop disrespecting him like he's not an RB1. Like he ain't played for a high-profile offense, and he's clearly showing you he can get it done regardless of the situation, regardless if he's a backup. Fantasy-wise, he remains fantasy relevant every single week. So it's a full send on Hunt. I have no problem taking him, as an RB2 or a flex or whatever the case may be. If my draft strategy is wide receiver heavy this year. Doesn't matter because Hunt is going to put up points regardless. He's going to put up double-digit points most of the weeks than not. Full send. No,
absolutely. In our office league, one of our guys, Blitz with Blake. By the way, guys, him and Bogart have a show dropping Tuesday called I think Tuesday called My Version's Better. Make sure you guys check it out between him and Blake here on the Rumboyz Fans Network. But Blake had Dalvin Cook and Kareem Hunt. And he was just fucking kicking people's teeth in. And he pretty much had like the squad that did not deal with COVID, did not deal with injuries. And he was just whoosh, 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 just fucking walking around the office league whooping ass, bro.
Finish him.
Dude, straight fatalities every week, So I'll say this about Kareem Hunt. And the thing is, he accidentally fucking drafted Kareem Hunt. Like, Kareem Hunt was still supposed to be on the board when he grabbed him, but he was at work in the middle of doing a car sale, and he was like, "Oh shit!"
Auto drafters, man,
bro, it wasn't even an auto draft. He picked it right at the last second. He was like, and then right after he picks it in the draft, he's like, "Fuck, I didn't mean to take Kareem Hunt. Oh well, I'm gonna deal with it." Yeah, and then it panned out. I think he lost like one game. I was like, "Fuck!"
Get kicked in your teeth, man,
bro. Yeah. So Kareem Hunt, I gotta go with you there. Kareem Hunt's definitely a guy that you guys should roster. Fuck how you feel about him. I'm sorry.
No feelings.
Exactly. This is fantasy football. You're trying to win some damn money at the end of the year. You're not trying to go home empty-handed. Let's see here. Nick Chubb, same exact offense. Yep. Shout out to Stefanski. What's impressive about him is out of every single running back that we brought up on this list, he has had the smallest game total. 207.7 average total points. Average 17.3 over fucking 12 games.
Put him in, coach.
He's on. Hey, he had a Booby Miles season. Just let me spin, coach. Just let me spin. Nick Chubb said when Chubb get out there, he gonna do them black knocks.
Yeah,
Knock down them black knocks.
He's gonna go out there and spaz.
Bro.
That's what we need.
16 games, what you think? What you thinking about 2021 for Chubb?
16 games, you give me Chubb, he's gonna be top 5. No cap.
Yeah,
that's
top 5.
That's just effortlessly.
Yeah, if I'm looking at that, let's just do stat reading for amateurs. Okay. If I'm just looking at a fucking rankings chart, just this chart right here, okay, and it says rank 11, Nick Chubb, and I see that his running back who played a full 16 games is right ahead of him. And I see that, you average 17.3 in 12 games. Shit, if you have 16 games, bro, you're probably going to be RB1.
Yes, 100%. 100%.
Bogart said he was on pace for another 1,400 yards.
Yep.
So,
fellas,
if you're
back talk you about Nick Chubb, man, you can't sit here and try to think like, oh, it's a running back commit. No, it's not. It's a 1-2 punch you in your mouth combination, and I want smoke with both of them. 100%.
Yes. What I'll say is if you're the personality type in your league to where, or if you're in a league where with personality types that are going to look at Nick Chubb and the fact that he wasn't healthy, and you're looking at that upside, you're going into your draft, you're the guy with upside. That's who you go for. That's who you cash in on, and you look at everybody else. How everybody last year was looking at Kareem Hunt and was like, oh well, who knows how the suspension is going to work out, and this and that and the third. Or I'm sorry, that was a previous year, but how people oh, well, Nick Chubb and how it's going to work out. You're going to run that same gambit. It's just your reverse psychology. You're just going to reverse it. Boom. You're going to take Chubb.
Take it to the house.
Take it to the house. Yeah, you like how the little Trick Daddy reference there. Shout to Troy and everybody out there in Florida.
Yeah, for real.
Gold teeth and big ass fucking rims.
Jesus. Crown big.
It's a donk. At the 12 spot, we have Mike Davis. And of course, everyone's going to be like, if they go back and watch us, they don't watch the beginning. We're like, don't worry, we're not including Christian McCaffrey and Saquon in this. But we have Mike Davis, 206 average, 15 games, 13.8 average.
That's amazing. That's I literally think it was like week 8 where I sat back and was amazed. I'm just like, do we understand what we're watching? Like, do we understand what's happening with Mike Davis? Like, he's having a career year in an offense we had question marks about, under Teddy Bridgewater, a new coaching staff, et cetera, et cetera. Bro, we're sitting here watching Mike Davis put up RB1 numbers more weeks than not in a system that was like literally made for Christian McCaffrey, who's injured right now. Like, we had to put some respect on this dude's name. Like, he needs to cash in right now. And I think it's crucial for Carolina to re-sign him, like whatever he wants right now. For the simple fact, he'll be the security blanket. He'll be the backup just in case CMC does get injured again, which I don't think – know what? Knock on wood. I ain't got one near me. But hopefully CMC doesn't get injured. But like I said, we've seen CMC step in for 3 games. 3 games. That was it. But he still put up RB1 numbers 2 weeks out of the 3. So it's like, damn, this system works. So whoever's back there is going to fucking eat. So 100%, man, you got to give that dude his respect. But obviously, if we're looking into the next season, no, he's not going to repeat that.
No, he's not.
You know what I mean? That's just common sense there.
As long as CMC is healthy, I don't even think that we even get to see we even get to see Mike Davis touch the field. Here's the thing about Mike Davis, and Bogart just kind of brought it up in the chat. He said I'm still mad at Mike Davis. 49ers drafted him and he never saw the field. Mike Davis did the same shit when Chris Carson went down in Seattle a couple years ago. Definitely. And I would say this about Mike Davis. He's the guy in the NFL that really talented football player, great player. Us as fans and us as analysts know that he can play, but coaches and GMs and so on and so forth people that make the final calls on Sundays don't give this guy the stats. They don't give him the reps.
No. Once you get labeled that backup, you're like kind of the backup.
Exactly. You know, we all know that he could potentially have starting ability with any other team. I feel that he could have starting ability, but I do feel like he's going to be one of those players when his career is all said and done. It's like, fuck, if only you had the real opportunities.
Exactly. Or he can pan out to be Frank Gore type to just play forever. You know what I mean? I would rather keep getting the check year for year. New city, new town, new fans. Why not? I'll do it.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully he can go. He can do that though with getting more of a workload. But you have players like that in the NFL. I mean, we've all probably have met players where it's like, yeah, you know, I was in the league or I was on a practice squad team, but you know, NFL's a meat grinder. You know, it's tough.
It really is.
Really is.
It's a crazy business.
Absolutely. Well, that's we went through all 12. I know we titled this top 10. I'm probably gonna have to go back and rename this shit.
Definitely went through 12.
Yeah, we went through 12. We gave you guys a full hour of top 12, nothing but the running back position. We even tossed in a couple of other isms here and there. Mm-hmm. LQ, go ahead and let them know where they can find you, dog.
Hey, you can find me at Real Deal Fantasy HQ with your boy LQ. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, SportsMe, and SportsMe. And you can find me on Tumblr, MySpace, Facebook, Pornhub, everywhere.
Dilly. You guys can find me at Rumboyz Robbie now on Twitter. Actually, that's actually the only place that's my social media. Otherwise, I'm at Rumboyz, spelled with the Z NET, every motherfucking where else. Until Twitter, y'all some hoes. You tell me the audience is a bunch of hoes. Tell me the audience is a bunch of hoes. Catch me outside. How about that, Twitter? I'm kidding. I'm fucking kidding. Huh?
Who owns Twitter?
I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to.
Guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to like message him and be like, "Can you fix this, please?"
People stream on Twitter.
Yeah, people had Mike Davis and didn't want CMC to come back. Mike was eating. Yeah, I remember that. But no, make sure you guys get up with us tomorrow night, Rumboyz After Dark. Each and every single Friday night, the one and only Rumboyz After Dark here on the one and only Rumboyz Fantasy Network.
King.
Check me out on SportsMe as well, posting debates daily, sometimes multiple times throughout the day. And yeah, LQ, I appreciate you for joining me tonight for some fantasy football talk. I'm sorry that we fucking have known each other for so long. And this was the very first time that we did a podcast together. It's kind of sad. Yeah. But hey, cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls, what it do. Dilly. We appreciate each and every single one of y'all. Peace.
Gang.